Testing. 1, 2, testing. my audio here, your audio there. And we are live. All right. Happy Friday, boys, girls, and everyone in between. All of the fellow artists out there, and welcome to the SO Art Studio stream. Thank you, Oracle, for letting us know the mics weren't on. We were just having our happy little conversation over here.
Doing some testing.
Right, doing some testing, trying to resize some screens. Let's see. Who are we? We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sessions, we talk about anything that crosses our mind while creating human art. I am SO Art creator, SO for short, and with me is my lovely co-creator motivator Lily. Say hi to
Hello,
everybody.
everyone. Welcome back.
Let's see. So, last stream, Doc Ock challenged us to draw human SpongeBob SquarePants characters. So that's what we will be tackling tonight. Who did you decide you wanted to draw tonight, Lily?
I'm just gonna go with the titular character himself,
All right.
SpongeBob,
All
to
right.
start anyway.
Good, good, good. And then I am going to be tackling Sandy Cheeks. As you can see, I have her character sheet and a pose that I'm going to be working off of because I'm kind of going to make her a little bit of a muscle mommy. Or at least that's
Of course.
the idea that I have in my head. This kind of Texan muscle mommy. We'll see how it comes out at the end, though. But let's see if anybody out there wants to suggest our next drawing challenge, feel free to comment in the chat, and your suggestion could be next. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. So what's been happening? You know what's been capturing your attention this week, Lily? Anything specific?
Nothing in particular this week. But I do know you want to talk about a few topics today.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that have been crossing my mind lately. Specifically, we brought it up just before we went live. The AI that's been plaguing all of our favorite programs and anime and companies and pretty much everything lately.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you were mentioning earlier that you had canceled a whole bunch of subscriptions on your side out of whether it be ethical reasons or personal reasons for the most part. And you said that you had gotten rid of Crunchyroll because they are now playing around with AI subs.
Yeah. So, I've only heard about it. I haven't seen it specifically, but a few people have pointed out that they'd watch, I think it was the specific anime, and they saw that it was AI generated just
Mm-hmm.
because of the way the subs were typed out. Not just like, oh, creepy, intense music plays here, right? Or whatever. Like for hearing impaired people,
Yeah.
that's just normal stuff. But it was like it was a weird it was a weird way to start subtitling um the Japanese. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was clearly AI just cuz you can kind of know how the programs kind of work in terms of, you know, in the way it speaks, the way it generates things. It acts a certain way.
Right.
People are like, this is not human
It's
behavior
not normal.
seeming. Yeah, this isn't normal. This isn't what a person would type out if they
Right.
were subtitling this what the language is saying, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was one of them.
Oh God. Yeah, it's insane. I know in the past there always used to be these arguments of whether or not the American voiceover companies were properly translating the Japanese original scripts, right? And there used to be these arguments of changing meanings to words, changing, how a scene, the emotional tone of a scene, and all of that. What did you think of that back in the day? Whenever that was like the predominating um uh I guess the predominating discussion that was happening at the time. Did you think that the American VO companies were changing scripts too much at the time?
I mean, I didn't really have an opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think. I mean, I only heard it after the fact, that
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they were changing the way, and I've seen it now, like how,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
for this
people have made like
particular movie.
videos of it.
Yeah, this particular movie, is it A Silent Voice? I think it's the one
Mm-hmm. I
where
do
one of the
like that movie.
characters,
Yeah.
yeah, the girl is deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's this part in the movie where the male main character goes to the hospital. Spoilers, everyone. Goes to the hospital because he saves the deaf girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
Um because trigger warning, she was attempting to like jump off a building
Yeah.
and he was like, "No." So he grabbed her and in saving her life fell off the building instead. He survives, goes to the hospital, goes back home, and his little niece um sees him, and then in the Japanese tag language she's saying, you died," and in the English sub for it though, they didn't translate it to that. They
Yeah.
translated it to something else to censor it.
Oh, I
um
see.
yeah,
To make it a
so
little bit
is
more
that,
palatable to
yeah,
American audiences. Yeah.
yeah, is that where you're going
Yeah,
at
yeah.
with your
So
question?
yeah, back then that used to be a huge topic of discussion where it was like, okay, well, these VO companies would change the script like your example points out, right? That they censor some words or maybe they change the emotion of a scene a little bit. I wonder because I remember there used to be a heavy pushback to that for a while. That a lot of people would really shit on Western VO work because of that, right? That's how I always thought that's how the whole argument started between whether or not you watch dubs or subs, right? Is that, oh, you don't watch dubs because the dubs aren't faithful to the original translation, and plus they used to think that American voiceover actors were terrible, back in the early
Oh,
2000s, right? And then I wonder if that slowly morphed these voiceover companies like, well, I guess Funimation doesn't exist anymore. Now it's all Crunchyroll, right? Um
yeah, I think they bought them out
yeah,
or
I think
something
I
like
think
that.
they bought them out at some point as well. But I wonder if that's what led to these AI subs now. Um but this is the thing I don't know, right? Are AI subs more faithful to the translations of the Japanese script, or does the AI subtitles get it just as wrong? I don't know.
Well, right now it's not doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, it's not doing a good job. So I guess, like, in other words, what I guess what I'm trying to say is that I would prefer a Western voiceover company translate these Japanese scripts, even if they change something in order to be more relatable to a Western audience. Um, because to me, right, it's like I think that even that slight change. in the long run is going to be better than a screwed up AI translation of it.
Mhm.
You kind of get that more human touch and human emotion, and you get a company that can um, translate a script that may not be like faithful to the original script to a T, you know what I mean? But at the very least, it can translate it to the audience that's watching it, right? Does that
Hmm.
make any sense?
I
Even though
Yeah.
it's like whenever it comes to subs, anyways, I guess you really don't have to change the meaning of anything too much because why would you? I don't know.
When I read um back then, before when I read manga,
Mm-hmm.
um what some of the translators would do is that they would explain some of the text and why it was that, like, they'd translate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some puns and jokes in Japanese that don't translate over
Right, because we're
to
not steeped in
English,
the
just
culture. Yeah.
Mhm. Or the words for them rhyme differently than for us
Oh yeah,
because
that's a good point
their
too.
words are different, you know.
It's true.
But they'll still explain it. Like, they'll
Mm-hmm.
explain it down in the bottom, like, here the the actual verbiage is this. This is what they'd use, and this is why it is.
Yeah.
And that's not translating it for and changing it to something else for the audience that's consuming it, which is what I liked. But nowadays I think you kind of have to have that human touch when translating
Mm-hmm.
it to dub or sub or however, because what they're doing now is that they are translating it to the audience that's consuming it. For example, Dandadan has like some meme verbiage in the script.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh.
And that's because of the voice actors. Like, the voice actors are able to kind of ad lib
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
of the script, and they'll put American memes in it. And, and I kind
Mm-hmm.
of like that too. And I think that's only done with an American, not an American, a human touch, like
Yeah.
a human
Yeah.
to,
Exactly.
to do it. Um,
Because there's no way an AI is gonna be able to understand cultural relative things. You know. Oh man, like the other half of what's been happening with AI in anime is I'm pretty it was all over X and Threads was this Amazon AI dubs that has hit the scene, and it even caused Amazon to be under fire from Karakoa. I believe that's the anime production company name, Katakoa. Am I
mhm.
pronouncing? I might be pronouncing that
I'm not
wrong.
sure.
But they came down on Amazon for releasing these AI dubs without their prior knowledge. Apparently Amazon did this without the Japanese company knowing, and
That's terrible.
yeah, and
That's
apparently
actually
like
awful.
there was Western dubs for this that Amazon didn't release, but instead released their AI dubs, which is so fucking weird.
Okay, I thought that there were no dubs for it. That's why I thought they did it. But
You
the
know
fact
what?
that
Let me
they did
check.
it even with
Let's see. What was the? Oh,
we're
it's
talking
banana
about the
fish.
show Banana Fish, by
Yeah.
the way, audience.
Let's see. Banana fish AI dubs. It makes me wonder. Well, the thing that I'm seeing now is that since then they have removed the AI dubs, but I think that's mainly because Katako- Katakawa, because the Japanese production company made them remove it. I think
Well,
they came down
even
hard.
even even without that, everybody was memeing the shit out of it.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
for you
as
to
well as they
keep it
should
up,
have.
yeah, for you to keep it up after would be. Okay, that's a move. That's a decision, but all right.
Yeah, I saw a couple of clips with the AI dubs, and it really did remind me of like early 90s or mid 90s anime dubs, like just the un or emotionless delivery that the lines had were insane, and the delivery of the lines were completely disjointed too, so it sounded terrible.
It was bad, but I don't think, come on, let's give them some credit. I feel like even the early dub work for like early cartoons and anime, it's not
Yeah,
that bad. Like
I don't
that's
know,
atrocious.
man. Do you remember the old school Speed Racer and those dubs back in the day?
Those were pretty bad,
Those were pretty terrible.
but even those had some kind of
It's true.
character.
It's true. Yeah, even
Even
though
those had some kind of character.
some sort of character to them. I
Yeah,
don't know if there was Western dubs to begin with. Whether or not, let's see.
or banana fish?
Yeah, for Banana Fish. Because
Mm.
I know they released the AI dubs for Banana Fish, and there was one more anime that they released oh, it was oh, this is gonna bug me because this was
They
really
did
popular.
multiple.
Yes, they did this multiple times. What is that? No
Wow.
Game, No Life?
They
Am
did
I?
it to that one too?
Yeah, the whatever the
I'm pretty
movie
sure.
or sequel to that was. Oh
Oh,
wait,
okay.
hold on.
I'm pretty sure there are dubs for that.
Yes, there are dubs for that one. Hold on, here it is. Um, why are you doing this to me? Okay, so it was done for Banana Fish, No Game, No Life, and one other anime which I don't recognize at the moment. And apparently there's Latin American AI dubs too. There's Spanish and English. No, the two biggest
Mm.
foreign markets. Why would they
Yeah,
do this? Yeah, it was for both of them. Oh,
because they
wow.
just didn't want to pay for the
Cuz they
streaming
yeah,
rights
I
for the
can
dub
only
version.
guess. Yeah. I can only
It's all
guess that
about.
the billion-dollar company didn't want to pay for 50 grand for dubbing rights. Jesus Christ,
And
man.
now they're getting chewed out for it.
Yes, they're getting chewed out by the Japanese company and pretty much everybody here in America.
Everybody. Like this is
Everybody.
not.
Everybody, man.
This is not. Ugh.
But you know, in all honesty, the other reason why I brought up this topic because I have been enjoying the collective pushback that AI has been getting in our field, right? In the art
Mhm.
world, not only in the art world, but in the animation world. And the pushback has been palatable. It's been awesome. I can't I can't deny that. I've been loving the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Uh they've been, let's see, so you've had major companies like Ghibli, Bandai Namco, and Square Enix demanding companies like OpenAI to stop training their AI on the art styles that come out of those production houses. And
Mhm.
I believe that there's a lawsuit happening there as well because there's some copyright issues that they're trying to tackle. Um, do you know the gaming company Pocket Pair?
No, can't
They
say that
are
I do.
they are the gaming company that created Pow World,
Okay.
that kind of Pokemon like video game. They
The one that was also under fire for maybe plagiarism?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That
What are
one.
they doing?
They are now creating a platform for indie developers to go through them, and they will publish the games. And they are coming down on any indie game developers that are using generative AI as well. So,
That's cool.
I mean, take that as you will.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
There's also been, let's see, what's some other stuff I've been seeing? There was a Japanese studio. I don't know whether or not this was a gaming studio or an animation studio, but they recently gained some notoriety because they require their applicants to draw in front of them during the interview to prove that they
Wait,
can.
where?
So if they're interviewing a new applicant that's coming in for a artistic job, they have to create and draw in front of the employers, so that way these applicants can prove that they're the ones with the art skill.
At
Because
at which company?
you know that's the good question. I don't know. I know it was either it may have been a Japanese gaming company or an animation company. They're like a
Mm,
mid-level company. So
that's
they're not.
pretty good though.
Yeah, so they're not super well known, but the fact that they're like we're having this kind of pushback where it's like, hey, we've been having a lot of portfolios that have AI art in them, and we're sick of this shit. So you're gonna have to sit here and draw in front of us while having this interview. That's awesome, man. Like
I
that's
I love that.
we need that kind of
So
stringent.
this is that's kind of ties into like because I've seen that too. I've seen a
Hmm.
lot of people posting people's submissions for commissions like, "Oh, here's my portfolio." And they're like, "Oh, did you really make all of that?" They'd be
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, I did." And they're like, no, reverse image search does exist and
Oh no, it's
this is
all
all
AI.
stolen
Oh
and it's
yeah,
all AI. So good for
dude.
you, you're not hired."
They have websites now where you can plug an image into it and it'll give you a percentage of how much the image is AI generated. I've already used it
Wow,
a
really?
couple of times where
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's like so now the thing that I hate is that lately in social media like Instagram and even TikTok, we've been having I've been noticing issues of getting like AI generated cosplayers or AI generated art or AI generated little short animations, and I find myself plugging an image into these websites to be like, is this a real cosplayer or is this?
Bruh. Like honestly, I go through Instagram, which is the place I'm on pretty much all the time
Mm-hmm.
ever. And I'm scrolling and I look at anything now and I'm like, is this AI? I have to be careful. Like, I don't want to share this. And I've shared a few by mistake and I'll take it down. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, is this AI? Is
Yeah.
this AI? Is this real? Are
Yeah.
you real? Like,
Dude, it makes me scrutinize so much stuff nowadays. Like I'm constantly AI video is really easy to kind of like point out, right? Because a lot of things move unnaturally or happen unnaturally. But whenever it
mm-hmm.
comes to like online models, like cosplayers and artwork, it becomes significantly harder. Um Whenever like for instance I'm always getting these, and this just could be my algorithm, I don't know. But I'm always getting these cosplayers who aren't real, fake
Wow.
cosplayers, and a lot of the times it's like they'll have these series of pictures where they're in these costumes and the costumes look a little weird, right? Like
Mm,
you're kind of cosplaying Pikachu, but you're not really cosplaying Pikachu, you know what I mean? And so you're
okay.
you're you're looking at it and it's kind of like this is a little weird. But then you end up you look at their videos, and the only way that I've been able to tell whether or not you're looking at like a computer generated person is looking at their videos and seeing the way AI tries to translate the rib cage. Like for some reason AI can't get the rib cage properly, or the AI if it's kind of like a intricate cosplay, like the AI will put belt buckles where they don't belong. You know what I mean? Or loops
Interesting.
or junk like that. Like that's the only way of like scrutinize, I gotta literally scrutinize whether or not these are real people or not.
Yeah.
That's scary, man. Or sometimes
Mhm.
the videos that they post on Instagram, if I notice like there's a cosplayer where their videos are like these slow-mo videos of posing, then I almost automatically assume that's an AI generated individual, because AI can churn out slow-mo or small movements, because movements require real world physics, and AI can't generate that as of right now,
Mm.
right? So you kind of have to like look at videos, scrutinize photos, and then whenever it comes to artwork, good God, like at this point, unless you can see the process happening, like you know how will post our speed paints.
Mhm.
Right now, AI can't do a speed paint, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So we are doing something robots can't. We should feel proud in that regard.
It is
robots
scary
can't
though.
robots can't copy us. Yes, it's very scary. Um, but like I've seen artwork where, I mean, it looks fantastic, but there's a number of things that whenever you look at it as an artist, you say, why would you make that decision? Like that, where that object leads to makes no sense. And then at that point, your brain goes, oh crap, this is AI.
Yeah.
It's freaky, man. It's freaky. Although I am glad that there are a number of Western companies pushing back on AI comic book artists as well.
Wow.
Do you know of any kind of, because I haven't heard specifically, but do you know of any like Western manga companies pushing back on AI artists? Because AI in the
I
anime industry is way more prolific, from what I
mhm.
notice.
I haven't really been following anything related to any type of like physical media, like
Mm.
comic books, manga, the like, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. So I know that I've seen some stuff for like a few art contests,
Mm-hmm.
just because that's my realm of interest, and um how an AI generated piece did win a
No.
Vocaloid art contest, yeah, and it was
No. Come on, man.
under investigation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they took back the first place. They won first place. They took back first
Bastards,
place
man.
winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Mm.
and apparently according to um Oracle, he says that MTG Magic the Gathering is under fire
Yes.
because an
Yes.
artist is speculated to use AI artwork for, oh no, the Avatar collab, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
I had heard that that Magic the Gathering was
I'm gonna
under
have to
some
look this up.
heat for that. They were using some AI art in their cards, and oh man, did it stir
In
up so
several?
much? Yes, several. I think they had to recall an entire deck, um, or I don't know what it's called. Whenever there's an entire line that has AI art associated with it.
Hmm. I think
Jesus,
this is
man.
the image.
Magic the Gathering and Avatar collab. Man, that is. Oh, no recalls. Oh, that's even worse. So they're just allowing these cards to exist out in the wild?
Hmm.
God, they should get all of the hate. Cuz that was a point of pride for Magic the Gathering, right? Is that you had a lot of artists contributing to these decks. They'll do better next time. Oh my god.
I mean, that's a big one for Pokemon. Like Pokemon has the artist um name on the
Mhm.
card,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, like people who claim to be artists who generate it, of course, they have a name. They can be put on the card, but
Right.
yeah, there just needs to be I don't know if people are as passionate as they can be at the top,
Mm-hmm.
which is really hard because people at the top only care about their bottom line, right? They
Oh,
only
for
care about
sure.
the money. But if they really do care about their audience and see that their audience cares about this sort of thing, they don't want this in their media. They don't want this in the things that they love. Um, they understand the human connection
Mm-hmm.
of making art. Then they need to be the ones to like put their foot down
Yeah.
and you know call upon people who are in places of in government or stuff like that, right? To just be
Yeah.
like, okay, we need to make some kind of law
Yeah. There needs to
like
be some sort of
behind this.
regulation behind it.
Yeah, regulation, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we use this so that it is beneficial to people
Yeah.
instead of hurting people? Because this hurts people. This hurts people who do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, me and my brother-in-law was talking about this last weekend, where we were talking we were on the discussion of how expensive a lot of um, uh, computer modular parts were getting, specifically like RAM and graphics cards, because of the AI industry. Well, also because of the tariffs that we're seeing, the Trump
mhm.
administration lay out there, but also because the AI industry are buying up RAM and graphics card like it's freaking candy. Yeah, even CPUs are getting more expensive, and so therefore the price of like DDR RAM is like, at this point, some of them are just to get like two cards. I think some like 32 gigs was like somewhere around $900, which is insane, insane. Like it used to be like, if you were get the top of the line RAM for your PC, you'd probably be looking like you'd be spending about 100, maybe $200 if you're going out there, right?
Mhm.
But all this stuff has gotten extremely more expensive because these AI companies are like buying them up, right? And um, the real or discussion we were having was, this is creating an interesting bubble in our market that me and him saw were gonna burst, right? Because for all this money that's being invested into AI companies aren't really making that money back, right? I think from what I've heard is like with Chat GPT, or is it OpenAI, for every $2 that they spend, they're only getting $1 back in profit, right? Which means that their business model currently isn't sustainable. So then I was like, well, why is all this investments going into AI if we're noticing this trend where, they're not making any money back for all the money that's being spent on AI? And one of the things that he brought up was that he or one of the things that we were both kind of brainstorming on was the fact that maybe the reason AI companies are going after, you know, uh, fields related to the arts is because that's the only field of expertise that they can make profit in, right? Because I mean, think
Mm.
about it, right? Everything within the art field is kind of slow, right? Like, not a lot of people can create art in mass. Um, it's not feasible to look for efficiency within the art world, right? The art world is an artisan pursuit, right? It's going to be slow, it's going to be methodical, and it's going to be with intention behind it, creativity behind it, right? So it's like
Mhm.
the art world is also pervasive in everything within our world, right? Nothing would exist if not for artists. So, what's the one realm that you can add efficiency to in order to turn a buck? Well, that's going to be the art world, right? And I was I was laying out a theory where I was like, I think that's why all these AI companies are going after, art, or trying to become artists, trying to become animators, trying to become musicians, trying to become writers, because these are the fields that probably have the least amount of efficiency, right? Where AI can
Mhm.
come in and be like, yeah, we can churn out, 10 pieces of art in a matter of 3 hours, or we can
Mhm.
create a song in the matter of so many hours, right? Whereas it would take a normal artist a day, 2 days, a week, a month to create a song. AI can churn it out, and God knows how fast, right? And the same thing for books, and the same thing for animations, and the same thing for short videos, right?
Yeah.
Because I was hypothesizing at the time. I was like, because these AI companies have no other avenue where they can make a buck in. What else? You like not to go too deep, right? It is that deep. But not to go too deep where it's like whenever I think about it, right? Where would AI most benefit humanity? What, like, if I were to say, like, if you wanted AI in a specific field, where would you want AI?
You're asking me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, I've mentioned this before. I think AI would do well in finding imperfections in stuff that is like mass produced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, cars.
Yeah.
Or we have so many things that are dealing with computers, stuff like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Some of the
maybe even
things.
in the medical field could
Exactly.
be used.
Mm-hmm. That
Just like
was one
stuff
of the
like that.
things. That was one of the things that I had suggested whenever we were having the conversation. I was like, what if, AI would be better served in the medical world, or it would be better served in engineering, or it would be better served in, programming, or it would be better served in these areas where you can use it as a quality check, or possibly a stress test for a lot of these fields, right? You can push the
Mhm.
envelope of what is discoverable, or what can be utilized, or what can be put into application, right? That's
Mhm.
where we need AI. But in all of those fields, it's a slow churn to profit, right? Like there's no way you're going to be able to, find the cure for cancer in a matter of days, hours, minutes, right? Finding the cure for, Alzheimer's or something to that degree is going to take years. Same thing with, scanning or creating new programs that can better help people's everyday lives, or trying to help in the architecture of buildings to make them stronger, last longer, right? Finding new elements within steel, something, right? Something. All that stuff takes years to accomplish, even with the most advanced AI that we have at the moment. And
Mhm.
that kind of stuff would require like governmental backing to provide cash in order to allow those studies to be ongoing, to allow AI to explore and stress test all of these fields. But AI companies don't want that because it takes too long to turn a profit. Instead, they go to the artistic fields to turn a profit as fast as possible. And I'm like, this is fucked up.
Mhm.
The AI field is slow on purpose for a reason, right? I'm sorry, the artistic world is slow for a purpose and for a reason, right? Creativity isn't something that happens automatically. It's not efficient, and it's not fast a good majority of the time. And whenever it is,
Yeah.
it suffers, right?
Mhm.
So I'm just like, we were going back and forth on on why these AI companies are focusing on fields of creativity where we honestly don't need them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. But it's also the reason why I like the fact that um like comic book companies like DC Comics and Dark Horse and Marvel has have come out in opposition of a artists, quote unquote artists, trying to use AI. Even like big time movie directors, you know, like movie production companies. Um, I think, let's see, what have I seen? So James Cameron has come out against AI. Um, Guillermo del Toro has come out against it. Um,
Mhm.
who else? Um, Even who's the director to you remember that Korean film Parasite?
Yeah.
Yeah, the director, that director has come out. I mean, his stance was even harsher than than others. He thinks we should be militant against AI.
Yeah, honestly, yeah,
Mhm.
that's how it needs to be, you know?
Yeah.
Needs to be a firm
Yeah.
stance against it or regulations against it, you know? Or
Mhm.
yeah, just regulations. Um Back to, the testing in
Mhm.
real time of artists who are applying to jobs in the
Yeah.
creative field, stuff like that. Um I would see people who would, post the people applying for commissions, like showing their portfolios and them being turned down because they do a reverse image search, right?
Mhm.
And I saw in the comments like this person saying, what is their end game? Like, what happens when they do get asked to, hey, can you do this right here, right now? Like
Yeah.
on the fly. Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna watch your creative process, you know, you can't do it because oh,
Yeah.
can I use a computer first? And
Give me a
does it
second.
access
I need to pull up
this?
Chat
Yeah,
GPT.
exactly. Like what's your end game,
Mhm.
you know?
Well, my
And
mhm.
that's my thing before when the only problem that you'd face as a artist who posts online is getting your art stolen.
Oh my god,
I
yeah.
got that question before. Like, what would you ever do if someone stole your artwork? Which it has. That they
Mhm.
have. Um, I would tell people I'm not too worried just because if they were asked to do it again, like in person or, you know,
Yeah.
on the fly, they can't do it. Like
Yeah,
they
they wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
able
able
to.
to
Yeah.
just because they which is in line with what's happening right now. They can't. Like they did steal what it looks like, you know,
Mhm.
through a generative system, sure. But could they do something else like right then and there with a pencil and paper? No, they couldn't
Yeah.
because they didn't do it to begin with in the
Right.
first place.
Right.
They didn't learn themselves. They didn't pick up a pencil, which is what we did, which is what
Yeah.
every artist did, which is what every creator does.
We
They
put
just
in the
pick up the
time.
tools. They picked up the tools and they learned. Like we didn't
Mhm.
just come out the womb
Right? Just yeah,
making things.
I've always hated the idea of somebody being born with talent because
Mm,
I don't think it I think whenever it comes to art, anybody can learn how to be an artist. Anybody can learn a skill if you dedicate enough time to it, right?
yeah.
I think the only thing that can be inherent to a good artist is imagination, right? Some people have
Mm,
imagination, some don't, right? So, and some people have good observation skills, some people don't, and that lends towards someone being an exceptional artist, right? But
mhm,
as far as like somebody being able to learn how to be an artist, that's completely doable by anybody. I've seen
mhm,
amputees who don't have arms, for crying out loud, be able to
Mhm.
create art with their mouth. Um, or I've seen some artists who create art with their feet because that was the only thing that they had. Like art can be taught. I don't think artists are born like you said. They don't come out of the womb just knowing how to create art. It's something that you put time and effort into. You know. Um, it the other thing I was gonna mention was oh no, I lost my train of thought of what you were saying. Um, oh, I lost it. Boo. It'll come back to me later. um, but yeah, it may. Oh, you know what? I remember again. Haha, my ADHD brain strikes again. Um, it makes me wonder, like these people who go into these jobs with AI portfolios, and like you said, they can't recreate what they generated or what they prompted, right? So I also wonder what the end game goal is if um they get hired and they're told to create an image and then they're asked to make a detail change, right? Because once you
Mm.
prompt an image, you can't change small details. And that's what clients do constantly. Hey, I really want this color instead of that. Or hey, I really like this detail. Can you add more to this or can you make the background more of this mood or this effect? Like you can't do that with an AI image. Like what the AI the generative AI spits out is what you get. so
Mhm.
so it's like you can't. It's not like you can go into an artistic job and fake it till you make it if you're an AI prompter. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like because you're not going to be able to recreate everything that you had in your portfolio. So what's the end game in that aspect? Like, do you hope that you're going to get this job and you're always going to have access to an AI generator? And you hope that
Yeah.
a client never asks you to change anything, that you get it right the first time?
Mhm.
Like I just don't get it. And then as far as like somebody stealing my art, I I mean in all honesty, I think that my own paranoia of that, even before AI even existed, my paranoia of somebody stealing ideas or art, and I think because this has happened to me more times than I would like to admit, um, has kept me from posting my artwork online for a very, very long time, right?
Mhm. Okay.
And for some reason, I thought that I was going to be more paranoid with the introduction of AI art, right? I was going to be super scared to post my artwork online cuz somebody was going to train their AI on my work or whatever.
Mm.
But it feels as if the introduction of AI bros into the artistic field has only fueled my spite for them. And it's kind of fueled this need to like create something that they never could, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, like what we're doing right now, AI is never going to be able to do this, right? AI is not gonna never gonna be able to show the process or even I guess the better way of putting it, AI will never be able to give the experience that we're giving right now, right?
Mhm.
And so these quote unquote artists out there, in my opinion, continue to try to do what you're doing, but just know that you're never gonna catch up to artists that put in the time and the effort, and you'll never have our imagination. All right, you'll never have our creativity. Everything that you prompt is forever going to be plagued with not being able to be copyrighted or published. And you know what, even with this drawing that I'm doing right now, um so so I plan with Sandy to make her um dark skinned with blonde hair. Um
Mm-hmm.
because whenever I see Sandy Cheeks, even though she's Texan, like I thought it would be real fun to kind of give that spin to it. And so I was researching color palettes and anime that has dark skinned light hair characters, which there's a few. There's not enough Japan, but there's a few. But I have found so many AI compositions of this where it's like where it was dark, it was a black character with white or blonde hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up finding two pieces of AI art that had the color palette that I really liked, that I thought would really work for Sandy Cheeks. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. What are these quote unquote artists going to do if I steal their color palette? They stole it themselves. What are they going to do? Try to copyright their color palette
Yeah.
from me? No. So I'm literally gonna stick it to him with this drawing. It's my big middle finger to AI artists out there.
That's what artists started doing when AI started coming out first. They'd
Mm-hmm.
generate like these OCs or I don't know if you know what they are, adoptable OCs.
Adoptable
Just
OCs?
these
You're gonna
so
have to
it's
explain
these
that for
just
me.
these made up characters that they make and you
Mm-hmm.
can adopt them as your own. Like it's a original design.
Okay.
Um at the like this is very popular especially on DeviantArt.
Uh-huh.
You know, especially if you're like wanting to be a VTuber,
Yeah.
you have to have a character, right? So
Mm-hmm.
people would go and ask artists like, "Hey, do you maybe have any original characters that you're not using
Mm-hmm.
for your persona? Can I adopt one and pay you for it?"
Is
That's
that
basically
why
the idea.
is that why I see some VTubers who will list the artist that they got their model from as their mothers?
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
That's
okay, it makes
that's
more
what
sense
that
now.
means.
I thought it was a
Yeah,
kink
like
thing for a little while, but this
no.
makes a lot more sense.
That yeah, that was made by an artist, right?
Okay, yeah,
And it
yeah.
wasn't them, so
Mm-hmm.
they got it from them.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
but yeah, a lot of people when AI first came out would generate an original character and try to
Mm-hmm.
sell them as adoptables, and people were like, "No." So what I'm gonna do, since you stole this technically,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna steal the design,
I
but
mean,
I'm gonna draw it.
you might as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
and I
It
love that
I love
because they
that.
can't do
Yeah,
anything.
what are they gonna do? They can't copyright it. it's
And
it, it
they've made a law saying that you can't copyright,
exactly.
generated art.
AI generated art. Yeah, that was my rationale behind it. I was like, I saw for some reason Google wants to spit out all the AI images, and I absolutely hate that. And then I was
I
thinking,
think there's a way to turn that off,
is
but
there? Because
go
if
ahead.
there is, I need to figure that out because I get sick of seeing all the AI generated images. But but I was like, okay, fuck it. This is a color palette that I like. It was like it was a black anime character. I was like, I like this AI palette. I'm gonna use it, right? Like
Mhm.
this, they didn't create it, so screw them.
Yeah,
Like I like the hazel eyes of this one. I'm taking it.
yeah.
I'm actually gonna use real artistic skill to steal from this AI generated artist.
That's
But
how you
yeah,
do it.
man, that's how you do it. You know what? I like it. I'm all here for it, man. Like they, if they think they can steal from us, we can most definitely steal from them.
Mhm. Just steal back.
Yeah, just steal back.
Just steal back.
Pirates all the way,
Stopping you.
baby.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. We're pirating everything now.
Mhm. Fired everything.
Take the power back. The other thing that came across my field of awareness this past week was that Netflix has recently acquired Warner Brothers. Have you heard about this?
No, I've not.
Okay, so Netflix, Warner Brothers were looking to sell, I guess for
Wow.
like the past month. Um, and there's been a number of companies that have put in their bids. I think the biggest ones being Netflix and Paramount were trying to buy out Warner Brothers. Um, the Trump administration favored Paramount because Paramount is run by a friend of the Trump administration. So I was really hoping that Paramount wasn't going to get it. Um, and Netflix ended up winning the bidding war. I think they announced it today that they won the bidding war. But now it comes down to whether or not the Trump administration will, or I guess I should say or the FCC will allow the merger to happen. But a lot of people have been lamenting this buy because people feel as if Netflix is going to prioritize their streaming service as opposed to allowing a movie to marinate in the theaters long enough, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore killing theaters as a whole. And since I'm a gigantic movie buff, this is one of those things where I saw it and I'm like, yay, right? Netflix won, fuck Paramount. But then it was like, oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
but but we have gotten some gems out of Netflix, right? I mean, we've got K-pop
Yeah.
Demon Hunters out of Netflix. We've
Mm-hmm.
gotten a number of really good properties that have come out of Netflix. So I wonder if this is going to like is it going to be a benefit for Warner Brothers as a movie making machine, or is this gonna hurt it by prioritizing streaming services over
Mm.
theater releases? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what would be your would be your or do you think you would have a preference on whether or not you would enjoy something to be more in the streaming world, or would you prefer theaters to still have priority in movie releases?
Um, I think, I think movie theaters have always had a specific charm to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than viewing it at home.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I do think that Netflix will still view that as an importance to making their properties. I think they saw it with K-pop Demon Hunters. Like they released the movie um just for like a day or a weekend
Mm-hmm.
in theaters, and that did so well that they did it again for Halloween.
So you think they're starting to
Um
see the importance, or
yeah,
maybe they're noticing
I
that
don't
their audience is coming to theaters to watch?
yeah, I don't know if you know, but Stranger Things season 5 has come out.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, everyone should go watch it. It's really good.
I've seen the first
Uh,
episode so far.
love it. Yeah, catch
Yeah.
up. It's awesome. But so the way they're doing this season is much like last season. So
Mm-hmm.
they split it up into two parts, but this time it's three parts. But let me continue.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first four episodes that got released initially for this season 5. Then they're doing the next four episodes sometime later this month. And then the finale for the whole series is going to be released in movies
No
in movie
way.
theaters.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
I don't know if it's going to be released in
Everywhere.
conjunction
Yeah.
with the streaming service as well,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a theatrical release for the season finale.
I would
And
love to
that's
watch
why,
that.
yeah, that's why I think, you know, in this conversation, I think they're seeing the value
Okay.
because I think people feel the same way that we do. It's not the same as viewing it at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, You get to sit in this nice big theater. The sound is thumping in your body. You have popcorn and snacks,
I
and
love that.
it's
Yeah.
also you're watching it with other people who like it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll recall the moment in Endgame for you, is it the Avengers or is it just
Oh,
Marvel's
Avengers
Endgame?
Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah, or even Avatar, like the first Avatar, people just jumping from their seats and yelling at the screen
Yeah.
in a movie theater, like, where you're supposed to be quiet.
Yeah.
No, people were hooping and hollering and cheering with each other. I think that feeling of community, uh, yeah, you can't get that at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can
Exactly.
get that in a theater, and that's so fun. And I think they saw that too. Like the theatrical releases for K-pop Demon Hunters were sing-alongs.
Mm-hmm.
They had the lyrics playing at the bottom of the screen,
Yeah.
encouraging the audience to sing along. I think in this way, it's the same, especially for Stranger Things, where this property has been going on for almost 6 years. Like,
God, I know,
not
right?
6 years, for almost 10 years. Sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost been 10 years. They have to do it this way because of how grand it is. So yeah, I'm not too worried. Um,
You know,
I think they'll keep going with it.
you have convinced me. I don't think I don't know if I was a little bit worried that if Netflix prioritized streaming a bit too much, that they could essentially take down a major theater production company like Warner Brothers for the sake of streaming. But you
Hmm.
are right. Whenever it came to K-pop Demon Hunters, they did do the theatrical release, especially the sing along. I didn't even know that they were going to be releasing the season finale in the theaters for Stranger Things, which I am down for. Um,
Yeah.
I, that's a real good point. Maybe Netflix.
I think they were testing it too.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think they were testing it and then they saw Warner Brothers. They're like, well, heck yeah, we can
Yeah.
produce,
This is our foot in the door for theaters. You
yeah, we
know.
can produce movies for theatrical release and
Yeah.
then stream it
Yeah. That's
like
a
the
damn good
next
point.
day if we wanted to. Like,
That is a damn good point. Okay, well then I'm sold, man. I'm sold. Like I'm okay with the merger then.
and can you imagine them breaking like records of biggest box office opening weekends and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Like Netflix beats Disney
Right?
for
They toppled
best in
Disney over.
you know what I mean? Like they would love that. And
Yep.
I think them testing this out, especially with Stranger Things ending, like which is like their biggest property ever. The biggest
Yeah.
property it in this last decade. Um, you know, I yeah. So pretty confident. I don't think we have to be too worried.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really,
Now
really good
Netflix
point.
better not disappoint me. Y'all
They
better
better
not
not screw this
y'all
up.
better not be like, no, well now that you said it,
Right.
here's what we're actually doing.
I need you to not kill theaters, Netflix. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I need theaters to still stick around. I like
But
them
I'm
too
excited.
much. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Especially if we get to start seeing properties like I would love to see the Three Body Problem hit the theaters. That would be freaking awesome. Or to see like I know it's never gonna happen, but to see the Sandman hit the theaters would be really cool to see.
Hmm.
Oh, Doc Ock is in the stream. Um, and he is seeing the challenge we're creating right now. We have Lily taking on a human SpongeBob or normal Bob, as he put it, and I
I
am
didn't
doing
mean to make
Sandy
him look
Cheeks.
Yeah, I didn't mean to make him look like that, but he does look like the episode where he meets his cousin,
Uh
um the taller dude,
huh.
with the haircut. Like he actually has this
He
haircut,
does.
but yeah, his cousin has
Maybe it
this
just runs in
haircut.
the family. It's a
I
natural
think
cowlick
so.
for them.
I don't maybe I should make it curlier. Yeah,
You know,
let's make it curly.
I was debating on the hairstyle for Sandy, because she's pretty much bald in the cartoon. She has, you know how sometimes even for like furry animals they have like little three little hairs that stick out at the top of their head to indicate that
Mhm.
there's fuzz up there. She doesn't even have that. So I had to be like, what kind of hairdo would make sense for her? I had to do some research on short hairdos.
I think that would make sense for her though.
Having a shortcut. I mean,
Mhm.
she is tomboyish. So I wanted her to have like a shortcut, and then just like be muscled out, man. She's stacked. Yeah, exactly.
She's a muscle mommy.
Muscle mommy. Wait until I incorporate the cowboy hat. um but yeah, I have, you know what, you've convinced me. I have high hopes for theaters. I really hope they stick around for a while. I want my children and my children's children to be able to go to a theater, because I'm with you. I think theaters are an experience that that you can't get at home. It's just like going to a concert or to a comic convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sure, you can experience all these things at home and still enjoy them, but there's just something about being with like-minded people that enjoy something all at the same time. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I get sometimes I get a little melancholy about like TV shows, whereas I'm gonna go into the way back machine, folks, where TV shows only used to come out once a week, and they were on a specific channel at a specific time, and everybody had to catch them at the same time. Otherwise, you missed the episode. You know what I mean? And everybody would see the episode, and you had a whole week, especially if it was a popular TV show, to talk about it with friends and family and coworkers until the next show came on, and it there was a conversation behind it, and there was a sense of community behind it. You know what I mean? And whenever
Mhm.
streaming came along, it became very disjointed, right? Everybody was watching something different, and it made it harder to find the people to talk to that watched the same thing that you watched, you know? So, and especially, you know, making sure that somebody didn't binge watch it before you did, so hopefully you don't run into any spoilers or anything to that degree. Um, but theaters and concerts and conventions still give you that community aspect to be like, everybody saw this at the same time in the same room, and everybody can come out of that theater talking about it and be like, holy shit, could you believe this happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still love going to the theaters. I would go all the time if it was up to me, but you know, responsibilities and crap. Being an adult, you can't do it even if you wanted to.
Hey,
You
just
know,
make
the
more
thing
time.
is, I was just looking at your drawing with the curly hair.
Mhm.
He kind of reminds me of Deku now.
Deku's hair is way curly. Not
It
curly.
is way
Way not
curlier.
curly. No,
Wait,
this guy's hair is curly.
is Deku's hair not curly? I always thought of
No,
it as being
it
curly.
kind of is. His hair's
Uh-huh.
kind of more like wavy,
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
that. Yeah. But yeah, it has more volume. It's definitely not as straight.
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
yes, I
Doc
love
Ock
Deku.
says you're a massive Deku fan.
He's a he's a sweet bean. He's a little
he is
cinnamon roll.
he is a
Who would
sweet little
not love
geek for
Deku?
sure.
He cries a lot, but that just means he's passionate
Exactly.
and he Yeah, he loves hard. That's why I love that's why I love him.
Yeah, I always thought Deku had curly hair. I kind of liked him
Mm-mm.
more because he had curly hair. Because, I mean, when do you ever run across anime characters with curly hair? Like, hardly ever. Like, I want to
Mm,
be represented for once. that's
ah,
I think that's
he's
why
definitely wavy.
I think that's why I gravitated towards Spike Spiegel and Cowboy Bebop because he's got a curly do.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. But I do like SpongeBob with curly hair. It kind of fits his personality.
Yeah, unruly,
Mm-hmm.
unkempt,
Bubbly.
as tidy as it can be for a guy like SpongeBob.
Right?
Yeah.
He's definitely ADHD personified, that guy.
Mhm.
Oh man. Let's see. But yeah, that was all the things that kind of crossed my mind this past week. Topics I was thinking about. Um I guess our next top three. Let's see, we are in the second hour. You ready to go over our next top three? We're going over
Yeah.
comic books and graphic novels this time.
Okay.
Who went first
Let's go.
last time? Was it me?
I think it was you.
All right. You have the floor.
Let me get my list
Mm.
because I forgot. I don't read a lot of comic books.
Yeah, yeah.
I spent a lot of my childhood and early teens reading novels. Like I read Twilight before it came out as a movie.
Okay.
The whole series. I loved it, but
Mm-hmm.
not the movies. I
You
read a
didn't
lot
like
of
the movies? What? No.
no, no.
I get it.
I haven't okay, I haven't even watched the movies.
You haven't?
Like I've watched clips
Uh
and
huh.
I would treat it like much like Avatar: The Last Airbender,
I get it.
the movie,
I get it.
where
I
it's like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah,
Um
I watched it involuntarily. Almost every significant other I've ever had liked seemed to like Twilight. So I have
really?
seen I
Oh,
have
okay. Well,
unfortunately seen every movie.
it was geared towards a female audience.
It's true. It's very
And
much true. I was
and
not entertained very much by it. I mean, like I like the idea. If I were to say if I liked anything about the Twilight series, um, I liked the concept, their concept of vampires and werewolves.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know how much I liked about the interpersonal relationships between the two. Um, how like werewolves could imprint and
They
like
couldn't control who they were imprinting
yeah, they
on,
couldn't
like, woke
control
up
who they were
imprinting on
imprinting
a
on.
baby.
Like it's
That was weird.
predestined. That is weird.
It was strange.
It's odd.
Mhm.
um but the thing is I don't know anything about the books themselves and how closely the movies kept to the books, right? Cuz obviously whenever it comes to movies there's always a translation that happens there where a lot of information can get lost. So it could have been that the books were a lot more um, uh, intricate, or maybe go into heavier detail or backstory.
Mhm.
Because I know the movies did not. Like the movies just kind of threw characters at you, and you didn't know much about them at all.
Yeah, I can't say whether or not they, you know,
Mm-hmm.
did any of that because I haven't watched the movies, but,
Yeah.
I feel like they would just, just because you're only allowed so much screen time and
True.
what you think would flow best in terms of the movie, flow and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a little bit more backstory, but, I mean, it's a YA novel. I I don't that's not very looking back, not very deep.
I mean, I did
It's just
like there
mm,
are some YA novels that I did enjoy. Like I read
yeah, of course.
the what is it? The Hunger Game novels. And I thought
Those are
that
good.
was yeah, I thought those novels were pretty good.
Hmm.
The movies were, I mean, they were hit or miss, but they weren't terrible.
Hmm.
But that's why I was wondering, like maybe the Twilight. I always tend to find that the novels tend to give you a little bit more context as far as everything that's happening, and I don't think out of the movies that I've seen, I don't think they really give that much context into what they play into the romance of it more so than the context of why everything is happening. Like everything is kind of happening to the main characters as opposed to like them living within a world where, their actions have consequences, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so it just but then again, I'm looking at this from an outsider, right? Like I was always the I was always the boyfriend that had to sit down and watch the movie. And like I try not to be the guy that talks during a movie, because I enjoy silence whenever I'm watching a movie. So I try not to be sit there and like, well, why is this happening? Well, why would they do that? But my
Yeah.
brain's going off like crazy. Like, why is this happening?
Why would they do that?
Why would they?
Did uh did you like them? Did you like any of them
The
or
movies? Hold on,
yeah.
let me think about. Did I like?
Well, if you can't
I
remember if you liked it or not.
well, hold on. Let's see. So I how I think there's 4 movies. I think so.
I think there's 5 because they
There's
split the
5?
last one into 2
Oh,
pieces.
that's right.
That's
There
where they started doing that trend.
so there was a scene that I liked in the movies where there was a battle happening between one tribe of vampires versus another.
Yeah.
And I thought that scene was really cool, maybe because of the action, and maybe because what I found interesting about this world is that vampires can be killed, but they're almost made out of diamonds or something like that. So,
Mhm.
which is one of the things that I don't understand, and I hope the books kind of explain a little bit better. That was part of the movie where I was like, why are they made out of diamonds for?
Why does their skin sparkle? What is happening?
Like the skin sparkling thing, okay, fine. If you want to make it to where vampires can be out during the day, I understand, right? Like, because
But weird.
traditionally vampires burst in the flames, right? So if you make them sparkle, okay, fine. But in the
Makes
movie,
sense.
they make it to where they can rip their heads off and their innards are like diamonds, like they're made like they're living statues or something like that, which is what I thought was
Mm.
weird. It was a cool visual, right? But as far as like in my ADHD addled brain, I was like, well, why that doesn't make any, are they moving diamonds? I don't understand. and then and then in the movie it was ruined for me because then it ends up being like a premonition that another character was having, so it wasn't a battle that even happened.
Even happened.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't
like
remember
I
any
don't
of that.
yeah, I don't know what movie that scene was in, but it was one of
I'm
those
pretty
things I
sure
was
it's the
like
last one.
that happens in the last movie.
I
I
think
mean,
it does
yeah,
just because
probably.
the reason why the vampire factions are fighting each other is
Mhm.
because they learn about um Bella being a newborn vampire
Okay.
and like a human turned vampire. I think they have rules against that. And
Oh, like
then
they can't
they
change
learn
people over very often?
something like that.
Okay.
And then they also learn that Bella has a child, which is not possible for vampires, right?
Right.
Has a vampire human hybrid child. Yep.
Wait,
That's
but
how,
does she have the child before she's turned or after?
yeah. So they presume that the reason why Bella was able to have this child is because she was pregnant before she
Oh, and
turned. Yeah.
that to them is an abomination.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So they're
That makes
like,
sense.
double abomination. We have to come and kill both of them, you know.
Double foul. Now you must die.
Double, double, yep.
Okay.
Basically.
So do the books ever clarify why they sparkle or are made of diamonds?
They they explain it. They explain the sparkly part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it
Oh,
because
okay.
it didn't make any sense to me.
It was just like one of those things like, yeah, this happens. Just deal with it.
Like, okay, yeah, basically. All right, I
Well,
guess I'll run with it.
see, the thing is, like, I guess it always rubbed me the wrong way watching the movies because I'm a huge fan of the Anne Rice vampires, right? And Anne
Mhm.
Rice in her books go deep into vampire lore. We're talking like the origin of vampires come from like an ancient Egyptian god that existed before the main pantheon was ever created, right? We're talking like old school like elder gods, right? That were like amorphous and stuff like that. She
Yeah.
goes deep into that lore, which she creates herself. And I always thought it was like a really cool way of presenting vampires as kind of like this, they don't die because they have this blood of a god that runs through them that craves blood, so that's what keeps them alive, right? And like
Oh, okay.
the older that they get, the older this blood becomes, which makes them stronger because they're getting closer to this ancient god, right? I
Mhm.
always thought that concept was really cool. So um whenever I came across Twilight and I saw that, okay, well, they can exist during the daylight, their skin sparkles, and whenever you kill them their insides are like this diamond stuff. My thought was like, okay, well, like what's the lore behind that, right? Because my head, like I always look at it from a writer's perspective, like how do you explain that away? Like that's
Yeah.
really interesting. Are they like living statues? What are they?
Well, they are also explained to be like really hard to the touch and cold like a vampire. So
Yeah.
maybe you're onto something with the whole statue thing.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I will I will give you this. I do think maybe it maybe explained it, and I don't
Oh.
remember.
Mm,
Maybe
mm.
because of my teenage hormones just want
You just wanted the romance, man.
just wanted the romance. Yep, just wanted to
I
see
get
if
it.
I don't know. I was neither Team Edward or Team Jacob. I was
You
just
just
like,
you
I just
just
want to
wanted the
figure out
triangle.
who is
Yeah.
I didn't want a triangle. I just wanted to know who she was gonna end up with.
So were you
I
team Jacob or team Edward back in the day?
wasn't really either of them because I was
Mm.
like, because I liked both of them, but I also didn't like both of them because they were both equally stupid,
Yeah. Yeah.
as was Bella. Like
Yeah.
these were all like, why are you doing this? But also, can you just get it over with, please? Like just
Just
get
choose one already.
get to the smooching. You
Make
know,
with the kisses already.
make with it. Yep,
I
it's
get it. I
basically
get
what.
it.
But yeah, before I get into that, did you
Hmm.
know that 50 Shades of Grey was basically a fan fiction for Twilight?
Yes. Yes, I did know that. I man, where did I hear this from? Whenever 50 Shades first came out, right? It was all the rage. And I think I saw it in an article or something to that degree that it started off as being it started off as being a fanfic or would it be considered a fanfic of Twilight, like an offshoot or a
Yeah, because that's how it started.
yeah.
The stand-in characters for the main three in 50 Shades of Grey were
Uh-huh.
supposed to be Jacob, Edward, and Bella. But then the writer the for 50 Shades of Grey was like, I actually want to publish this, but I
Uh-huh.
obviously can't put Jacob, Edward, and
Yeah,
Bella
she's got to make her
as the
own thing.
character. Yeah, so let me just change the names and the setting, and
Mhm.
there you go. 50 Shades of Grey.
That's kind of awesome. The fact that that one property would I love it whenever one property inspires another, and then it forces the or the property that comes from the other kind of like gangs a life of its own, because 50 Shades was huge for a
It
while.
it was,
Yeah.
but it
Man, oh
wasn't
man.
good.
Yeah, I never I
Uh,
that's a series I never watched. How many movies of that was there? Like, wasn't there two of them?
I think there were two.
Yeah, I never watched any of those. I mean, my main gripe with the 50 Shades series was that, oh, if that was like, I think the only reason that dude's able to get away with everything that he did was because he was pretty rich.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else would be able to get away with the creepy stuff he did. So,
Nope, not even close. It's
yeah,
because he
exactly.
was hot and he was rich.
And he was rich. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But all right, I'm gonna get into it now. For graphic novels slash comic books,
Hmm.
um, the only property that I vividly remember reading, um, in my younger days was Coraline,
Hmm.
um, which is written by, I think it was written by Neil
Neil
Gaiman.
Gaiman? Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Um, I remember. Let me look it up. Now, I don't remember if read it before or after the movie released.
Hmm. I
I want
think,
to say before.
yeah, I think the Caroline book came out before the movie,
Yeah, it
if
did.
I'm not
It
mistaken.
inspired. Yeah, it
Yeah.
inspired the movie.
Hmm.
Oh, so I think so. It released in 2009. The movie. Um, I remember reading it back in high school. So maybe I did read this after the movie because I love the movie so much.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man, the stop animation
yeah.
in the movie's awesome.
hmm
Really is.
It's so I love stop motion animation
Hmm.
and just seeing, and I love creepy little things, and seeing this movie is just perfect.
Yeah.
Um, it's so good. I can't wait for Leica to release their next property. I think they're releasing one soon, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, I think I. Hmm?
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm a gigantic Neil Gaiman fan. So I was familiar with Carl. You know, honestly, I don't think I was familiar with Coraline until the movie came out. If I'm gonna be honest,
Mm.
I think that was the first time I was introduced to his kid books, which he has a few. He's got Coraline, and then what's the other one that he has? Something Graveyard. Crap. Now it's gonna bug me. But yeah, I definitely read the book after the movie came out. Loved the movie. Um, it was I think that movie was animated by the same creative team as James and the Giant Peach, was it?
Oh, I don't know about that. I maybe. I know that Leica has since created like Kubo and the Two Strings,
Yes. Yeah.
Paranorman, which is another good one. They're making a new movie right now. But I also love James and the Giant Peach. That one's a good one too. A little weird, but hey, aren't
Yeah.
all of them kind
Yeah.
of weird?
Yeah. So it's made by let's see, Leica
Hmm
Studios.
hmm
They've made, like you said, Paranorman, The Box Trolls, Kubo and the
hmm
Two Strings, and Missing Link. Let's see. Yeah, they have a lot of. I specifically like Paranormal and Kubo and the Two Strings. That one was really good.
Yeah, those are so good. Gotta rewatch them. But yeah, I do remember. I remember seeing the book
Mm-hmm.
and like being interested in it, but then the movie came out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Watched it and it was like, okay, now I got to read this book.
Yeah.
And there's a little few differences with the book slash graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like the kid that she interacts with, Wyborn, funny name by the way. Um,
Right.
yeah, he doesn't exist in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just purely created for the movie.
Oh,
So she could
okay.
have someone else to interact with that's not the cat.
Understandable.
And also kind of an he's used as an explanation to like where the doll comes from because the doll just kind of appears from nowhere
Mm-hmm.
in the books, and obviously you put two and two together in the books that the doll is from the other world, from the other mother. But he's there to like kind of just um in a movie-esque way, like
Mm-hmm.
drop breadcrumbs like where the doll is from and what the deal with the house is. But
Right.
yeah, what that's pretty much my only graphic novel that I remember reading back in the day anyway. But which one's your first one?
So my first one is going to be a graphic. Well, I guess this was a comic book series that came out, I believe, in the early 2000s called Promethea, and it was written by Alan Moore. Do you know? Are you familiar with Alan Moore by any chance?
No.
He is the writer behind The Watchmen and V for Vendetta. He's the
Okay.
one that came up with those two properties. And this was co-created with J.H. Williams III, which is the artist that worked on it, and Mick Gray. I consider this a Western magical girl comic book.
What's it called again?
It's called Promethea. Um,
Promethea.
yeah, and the reason I consider it a Western magical girl comic, is because this series is about a young lady who comes in contact with I guess you could call it a demon, but they call it a Smee in the comic book, and it's attacking her. And in trying to escape it, she runs into this woman who just looks like a everyday housewife. And she discovers that this woman can transform into this character called Promethea. And Promethea is like, I guess you can call her, she's like um, creativity personified, but as a heroine, right? And she was originally the character Promethea was originally a young girl from ancient Egypt, whose father was killed. I don't remember for what specific reason, but she had to run away into the desert, and in running it away into the desert, she ends up meeting this god of creativity that kind of like imbues her with the power to survive. And from there, she continues to inspire folklore throughout the ages, right? And the power
Ooh.
of Promethea passes from generation to generation. So this young woman who runs into this, she looks like a common housewife who turns into this Promethea character. The Promethea sees this young woman. She doesn't understand why this demon is hunting her down, and she assumes that it's because she's going to be like this generation's Promethea, right? So
Hmm.
as she was battling this demon, she dies and she transfers the power into this young woman, and then she becomes Promethea, right? And then starts this journey of like, where does creativity come from? Like, where does this power come from? And I call it a magical girl, a Western magical girl comic book because it's a young woman who gains this power to defeat ancient demons and gods by being the personification of creativity, right? And just the way this comic book is drawn is so cool, man. Like,
Mhm. It
like,
I
uh huh.
looking it up right now. It looks really cool.
Yeah, man. It's really drawn like I credit this book along with another comic book that I'll get into later. I credit this book as being an inspiration or like goals for me in the future of storytelling because the way this book tells a story, it's linear, but the kind of metaphor art that's in it reminds me of like what Oh Great does in Central Tenge, but through like a Western story of like metaphysical spiritual battles. Like it's crazy, man. It's even hard for me to to describe properly, because in this book they go through like concepts of like spirituality and metaphysics and Kabbalah and the creation of life, and it goes insanely deep. And like it's always one of those comic books where I can't praise it enough, but it's always hard for me to recommend to like first time comic book readers because it's like, yeah, this is gonna get heavy, bro. Like, I call it like the Western magical girl comic book, but it's like imagine like a magical girl anime that just gets like really conceptual the more and more it goes on, right? It's like I wouldn't even call it like a dark comic, just like a really heavy conceptual one.
Yeah.
um but yeah, like I always highly recommend the comic book to anyone who's interested, or really I always recommend it to people who like Neil Gaiman's work and want to get like uh uh want to get a little weird with it.
Mhm.
It's like, do you like cool metaphysical concepts? All right, we're about to dive deeper. Let's go on a mystical journey here, man. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be my first. Like it till this day, I'm still pretty inspired by the original comic. I own every volume to it, which it's really not that big. I think it's only got like maybe five. See, one, two, three, four. Yeah, only 5 volumes in total. And it's a
Okay.
finished comic, so it's not like one of those things where it's ongoing. Like you can get the entire story, um, one not in one sitting, but in one read through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would definitely be my foist. What would be your next one?
So my next one is actually sitting on my shelf here. It's I only have the first 2 volumes. I was keeping up with it when it was first releasing. It's going to be the Teen Titans series
Oh yeah.
from Gabriel, that's how you say that name.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Piccolo. He was
Let
really
me look this up.
popular
Yeah.
at a time for releasing his illustrations of the Teen Titans group on social medias. And it was pretty modern drawings of them as like normal teenagers, normal,
Oh
quote unquote,
yeah.
just them as normal teenagers, but they're
Yeah.
still the Teen Titans. But this comic book series explores their origin story
Mm-hmm.
before they meet each other. Yeah, and I love it. I really need to go collect the others because I think they're all released by now.
Yeah.
But I have um the Raven book because I love Raven, and
Yeah.
she was the
Yeah.
first one that released. and then Beast Boy got released second, and I
Mm-hmm.
love them together. Um, they're
Who
my
doesn't?
they're
You
my
know,
all-time favorite ship.
right?
But yeah, I actually forgot about that, and that's gonna be my second favorite.
Dude, this is the
Um,
first time me seeing that series, and it looks awesome. I kind of want to look
what?
into it. Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
I have not seen this before, and now that I
But you've
have,
have you heard of the artist Gabriel?
I have heard of the artist, but I've only known him through cuz I follow him through social media. So
Yeah,
I've seen artwork of his, and I've even seen some of like his artwork of Beast Boy and Raven, but
yeah,
I did not know it was a comic book. I
yeah.
had no idea, man.
I'm glad to have educated you, and now you
Now I'm
may
gonna have
go.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm
Yeah.
also a I'm a big fan of Raven.
Who is
Cause
it?
yeah, I know,
Honestly,
right? She
who is
her
it?
her and a number of cartoon characters have shaped um my my interest in women, right? So they kind of molded my type. So growing up. So yeah, I've always been a big fan, and I did not know this artist. There's 3 volumes of this. Mother.
Oh, there's only three out.
Yeah, so you got Teen Titans
Really?
Raven, Teen Titans Beast Boy, and then Teen Titans Beast Boy Loves Raven. Oh
Oh, okay, I
man,
guess they're only focusing on.
yeah, on those 2 characters.
I could have sworn that they released
Were there
the
more?
rest
Yeah,
of.
I'm
Let
looking
me
it
look.
up now.
Okay. Yeah, he actually got,
Oh
or
no,
I
no,
don't know
you're
if
right.
he did.
There is more. So you have okay. So this is a series written by Cami Garcia and drawn by
Yeah,
Gabriel Piccolo. Is that Piccolo? I'm gonna say Piccolo
Piccolo.
like a big dummy, but
I said I said Gabriel first,
yeah.
so
Yeah, so you got Raven Beast Boy, Beast Boy Loves Raven, you have Robin, Starfire, and Teen Titans Together. Those are there's five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. Teen Titans Together is the final volume. Dude, I'm gonna have to get these. That looks
okay, wait.
awesome.
They did do Cyborg? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I do not see a cyborg
Gonna have to
issue.
feel a little weird that they didn't
That
do
is a little
Cyborg.
odd. Not he is an
Not
integral
gonna
part
lie.
of the Teen Titans. Come
Yes,
on,
he
guys. What the hell?
maybe they didn't have enough funding? I
Mi-
don't know.
Wait a minute. In Teen Titans Together, he's part of the front cover.
Well, he has to be because it's
Yeah.
Teen Titans Together.
So and wait, they also have. Oh, there's characters in here that I don't know. Okay, so in Teen Titans Together, there's Dick Grayson, which obviously is Robin, Raven
Hmm.
Roth, Garfield
Hmm.
Logan, Max
Hmm.
Navarro. Who's Max Navarro? Am I out of the loop on this one?
Uh, Damien's in here too. Isn't Damien?
Damian Wayne is Robin as well, but that's Bruce Wayne's
Yeah,
son.
that's what I'm saying. There's two.
There's 2 Robins.
I mean, there's several Robins. I know
Yeah,
that.
very true. Yeah,
I know that.
there's a number of them.
But they didn't exist as teens together at the same time,
So
right?
is Max Navarro supposed to be?
I
Because
just looked her up.
yeah,
She's I is this a made up character for the story?
maybe. Now I'm
'Cause
just gonna
it
have to collect it.
says
I kind of have no choice now.
is the daughter of Natalia Navarro, foster parent to Raven. She has the ability to summon spirits to aid her soul storm. This
Hmm.
does not sound like a hero that I know.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
not
might
familiar
be
with it either.
it might be a new hero just made for this series.
But Cyborg's definitely on the front cover there.
Yeah.
Huh.
He has to
Okay.
be.
Yeah,
He
he's
is, like
part
you
of
said, an
the.
integral part of
Yeah.
the Teen Titans. So it's weird that I'm just gonna point that out. It's a little weird that he doesn't get his own novel.
Very weird.
Okay. But all right, I'll take it as it is. Okay.
I'm gonna have to collect it though, because that sounds interesting. I did not know that artist had a whole comic book. That's a whole stinking comic book run there that I had no idea about.
Isn't
Jesus.
that awesome though? He got
Yeah, that is awesome.
able to illustrate for a comic book.
Right? Oh, dude, that's life dream right there.
I know. So cool.
Oh
So what's
man.
your second one?
So my second one is a comic book series called Lock and Key. This was written by Joe Hill. Do you know who Joe Hill is by chance?
I'm gonna I'm gonna level with you. I don't know a lot of people. So
uh, so Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
Oh,
So
really?
he also got into writing novels and comic books, and Lock and Key was one of his first big breakthrough comic books that he came out with. And it's illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. I was familiar with Rodriguez again through social media because I follow a crap ton of artists. Um, and whenever I saw that he was creating a comic book, I checked it out, which, man, how should I describe Lock and Key? Lock and Key is like a Lovecraftian horror, I guess you would
Hmm.
call it. Um, Obviously, the way the art behind this book again is goals, man. I love how detailed he can get in his artwork, and this book plays a lot with concepts that the artist just excels at. I mean, he kills it. Um, but just to give you a quick run of what the comic book is about this house called the. You know, now that I think about it, the house I think is called Lovecraft. But let me make sure.
Really?
Let's see. But it is about these three teenagers who inherit a house from family. Um, let's see. And let me look up the Lock and Key comic book because there was a Netflix show made from
There
this comic book.
was.
Yeah.
I remember that's why it sounded so familiar.
There was a Netflix show, which the Netflix show is pretty good actually.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, so they inherit this house in like Massachusetts, somewhere over there. So they have to move over to this new house. Something happened to their parents where they didn't have their parents anymore, and while they're in this house, they end up realizing that there's these keys that they discover in the house that have certain magical powers whenever they use them. Like, just to give you an idea, like one key, if you use it in a door, it allows you to step through the threshold of the door and you become a ghost, right? Or another key allows you to unlock your brain so you can see or like a metaphorical representation of what's happening in your head, right?
Hmm.
Or like another key, if you use it with the door, it allows you to teleport to different places around the world, stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
And they end up realizing that these were keys that were passed down through the family, and the family were trying to essentially hide these keys away so so the power doesn't get out into the world and people don't use it for terrible purposes. But the main reason why they were hiding these keys away in this house is because one of the keys, which is called the Omega key, opens up a vault that is deep underground, under the house actually, um, and it opens a door to another dimension. Um, and I don't want to mention more than that, so it doesn't spoil anything for anyone. But it's a really fun book to read. Um, this book was actually, if I'm gonna be honest, this book was probably one of the first comic books to kind of make me tear up at one point in the book because of the way the artist is able to convey emotion, um and just the story itself. Like it really there's a specific character in the book that just kind of gets shafted because of choices his mom makes. And and it's just it's his story is a little bit sad of what happens to him, and it actually made me tear up reading this. And that was the first time a comic book ever done that to me. but it
Mm.
but it also, like, whenever comic books can elicit emotions like that, like, they become top tier in my head. It's like, oh man, like, if a comic book can elicit emotion that, like, you only ever feel in movies or TV shows, like, dude, like, that means that the writer and artists are doing something, they're at their peak of their game, man. I really enjoyed it. If I would suggest to read the comic book first before watching the show.
Hmm.
um the show is pretty good, but the comic book really does. Obviously, because it's a comic book, it can get away with, like, production value more than a Netflix show can, right? And I highly recommend reading the comic book first, because you get a visual representation that's way more vibrant, and just, I don't know how else to put it, just fucking artistic, more so than the show was able to capture. Like I said, show's not bad, but damn, is that comic book good. So that would be my number two. What would be your third?
My third would be one that I haven't read just because I don't read a lot of comic books or
Hmm.
graphic novels. It would be the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
I used to read those a lot as a kid, because I was, I had a Sega Genesis. I was a gigantic Sonic fan whenever I was younger. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which comic book series was this? Because as far as the comics I was able to read, these were like the old Sonic Adventure comics that came out roughly around the time the TV show was on TV.
Well, to my knowledge, I think it's still ongoing.
Oh,
I
really?
think, yeah, I think they're still producing more comics for Sonic the Hedgehog. They
Uh huh.
were going to release one for Shadow, but I think they canceled it just because there wasn't enough funding, which is
Oh, yeah.
crazy because it's Shadow.
I know, right?
But let's see
He's got a
here.
whole ass movie dedicated to him, which I
Yeah,
recently saw that movie.
and a video game, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
a number of video
Love the
games at
video
this point.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a Soul video game. He got his
Mm-hmm.
own video game, and it was pretty good. Um, let's see. Yeah, this one released in 2019. Um, yeah, they're still releasing.
Oh, damn. I need to check that out, because I hear that the comic book version of Sonic is, like, ridiculously OP.
And there's more characters in the comic book that aren't
Mm-hmm.
introduced in the video games.
Right.
And the art style too is so charming. I think all across the board for any of the Sonic properties except for that one comic book series for the Knuckles tribe. I think you may have seen it at one point. They're drawn really weird,
Oh,
and I
no.
think the guy who did the series was trying to copyright it, but
Uh-huh.
Sega was like, you can't because it it
Yeah.
has to do with one of our characters, so
Right.
you
It's
can't.
owned by.
Yeah, it's this whole thing. I was
Mm-hmm.
watching a video on it because it's a crazy. It's kind of insane. But yeah, it looks like the latest comic issue for Sonic the Hedgehog is issue 83. Um,
Holy
it's
shit.
scheduled to release before Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're pretty. they're still ongoing. I think it looks like it's taking place before the last Sonic game that just released.
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
front was it Frontiers was the last Sonic
Mm-hmm.
game that came out? Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of play into the games, they kind of don't. Like I said, there are characters that aren't that are introduced in the comic books that don't exist in the games,
Mm-hmm.
which is primarily the reason why I would read them.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
their characters' designs are so cool. Um, yeah, and like I said, the art style is just it just draws you in.
Yeah.
It's simple, yet intricate at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The color style is always very unique and fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be my third one.
Sonic was literally one of the first characters that I drew as a kid. Um, Only because, like I said, Sega Genesis was my first console. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 were my first games. I used to draw him constantly. Him, whenever Knuckles came out, holy shit, Knuckles was so cool. He just became my favorite character right off the bat. Um, Whenever Shadow came out, unfortunately, I think, man, how old was I whenever Shadow came out? I don't think I was playing very many Sonic games at the time. Like, the Sega Genesis was no longer a thing. If you wanted to play a Sonic game, you had to either play it on, man, was it the Dreamcast that Shadow first appeared? Or was it a different game system? I can't remember. Um,
I think it was GameCube.
it was
His
GameCube.
his specific game?
Uh-huh. Or whenever
Yeah,
he
I
was
think it
first
was.
introduced into the franchise.
Oh, I think he was introduced. Don't go after me here in the comments
I
for
don't
being a fake
remember.
for being a fake fan.
A fake Shadow fan.
Um, his first introduction was in Sonic Adventure 2.
Sonic Adventure 2 would have been the GameCube.
Dreamcast, you're correct. Huh.
Dreamcast. Oh. Well then
Wow.
why didn't I play that? I had a Dreamcast. Hmm. I think at the time I was busy playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 or something like that.
That'll do it. Hey, those Tony Hawk games were pretty good.
Oh, dude, they were peak back in the day.
Yeah. I
But
yeah.
yeah, dude, Shadow was so cool too. But Knuckles was always like my edge factor whenever I was a kid.
He was pretty cool when he released.
Right? And then they had like, I don't know if you remember this. This probably was before your time, but they used to have a Sonic and Knuckles cartridge that you would plug into your Sega Genesis, and then it had an opening at the top of it that you would then put the Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 game into that. So it was like a cartridge stacked onto a cartridge, right? And
Mhm.
but whenever you did that, it allowed you to play Knuckles in both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, which obviously Knuckles didn't exist in those games. It was just Sonic and Tails. And the only way you could play Tails back then is if you were the second player, right? So
Yeah,
I remember whenever that first came out, dude, and it blew my fucking mind back then, right? Because I'm
that's
just
pretty
this,
cool.
yeah, I'm this little kid, and now I get to, it's like having Transformers, but the video game, and now you get to be Knuckles in the first and second game. Blew my mind. It was the best. But yeah, I don't remember playing any of the Shadow games. I became a fan of Shadow like later on, once he was already pretty well established. Um, and then of course all the memes that came associated with him. And then we finally got, Sonic 3 the movie, in which he's played by Keanu Reeves of all things.
Oh, that
So,
was so good.
yeah, so good, man. Um
Uh,
but yeah, it was I've always been a fan of the Sonic franchise. Just recently, I went back and I watched some of the old '90s Sonic cartoons. I didn't realize that there were two Sonic cartoons that ran at the exact same time. Because as a kid, I assumed that they were both the same thing, only that I understood that one Sonic cartoon was more slapstick than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as a kid, it gave you like these weird false memories because I remember a Sonic cartoon that had Sally the Fox in it, right?
Yeah.
But then whenever you look it up, there's also a Sonic cartoon where she didn't exist, but he instead had Tails in the game. And so yeah, there's like all these weird memories of me watching two Sonic cartoons at the same time, but one of them was super serious and the other one was just goofy and comedic. But yeah, yeah, huge fan for a long time. I never got into outside of the old comics that I read back in the day. I never read anymore, but to this day, you keep hearing stories about like Sonic being extremely OP. He's like faster than the Flash, fastest thing
Oh, I think
alive,
that's
man.
been yeah, I think that's been confirmed that he
Mm-hmm.
is faster than the Flash, which is super cool.
This is canon, folks. It's canon.
Hell yeah. All right, what's your third?
So my third one is going to be the Sandman series, written by Neil Gaiman. Um,
Mhm.
and did you ever get a chance to read any of the Sandman comics,
No,
or
I
did you
didn't.
know of them at least?
I did, just because I'd read his other property.
Right, right.
But let me look it up real quick. Why? Because I
So,
did judge a book by its cover.
well, Sandman. See, if I were to describe it, Sandman is it's a modern day Greek pantheon if the gods were metaphysical concepts of like
Hmm.
dreams and destruction and delight and delirium and and uh and death
Hmm.
and destiny and depression. um but it is again, if you like Coraline and that kind of um uh otherworldliness that Neil Gaiman is so good at exploring in his books, The Sandman is definitely one of those comics where it's like it plays around with high concepts. That's just really fun to read. You said that you judged the book by its cover. What do you mean?
Um, you you see the artwork,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, it covers for books, you have to design them in a way where it'll draw in your audience.
Right.
Sometimes you're drawn to a book purely because of the title, and you're like, okay, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're into vampires, and the title kind of gives it off that it's a vampire
Right.
type book or property. Yeah, of course you're gonna read it no matter what. But if you're drawn to a certain aesthetic, and you see a cover that is the opposite of it,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna you're not gonna open the book, right?
Right.
Um, so yeah, I think that's what happened with a lot of his properties specifically. Because I remember seeing The Sandman, and I remember seeing Coraline, and I remember seeing like the artwork that was on the cover, and not really liking it. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Now
this is.
yeah, I
Mhm.
kind of get what you're saying because um the the artwork for the Sandman books, they were either like they were either painted by Dave McKinnon, or that's I think that's how you pronounce his last name, and he's more of a mixed media artist. So he incorporates like not only traditional oil paints, but he'll incorporate like literally like handmade objects of like shelves and books and arrangements, right? Like he's a real, like if I were ever to like describe the like quintessential mixed media artist, that's who I would point towards. So I can understand if you saw like his covers and you were like, "What the hell is this book about?" Because there's no, like his work can only be interpreted, right? He doesn't give any hard answers in his artwork. And
Yeah.
then if you ran across, like the Sandman ran across for so many issues, and it had so many different artists on that book. Like even the artist for Promethea worked on the Sandman on a number of different issues. Um,
Oh.
so you've never had there's never been a consistent artist, but there's been a number of different artists that have come in to give their interpretation of the characters, and I think that Neil Gaiman did it like that on purpose. And this is just me reading into it, but in the in the book itself, the main characters change depending on who's perceiving them, right? So like
Oh.
for instance, the main character Dream, there is a story within the Sandman about cats.
Mhm.
And in the story, it's about cats who dream of distant memories where they used to be the dominant hunters of human beings, right? And that the one of the cats was a street cat, and he kind of like prayed to the dream god Morpheus, who's the main character of the comic. And whenever
Mhm.
Morpheus comes to him in a dream, he looks like a gigantic cat, right? And
Hmm.
it's a really fun story about rebellion through the eyes of a kitten, right? um, but it's interesting because like every time somebody perceives Morpheus or they perceive death, they look different depending on who's perceiving them. So it was interesting to see how for every story Neil Gaiman had a new artist come in to kind of interpret the characters and the story itself. And so you end up getting like, I think last time we were talking about manga, there was a Japanese artist who came in and illustrated one of the Sandman stories. Um, because the story takes place in, I believe it takes place in feudal Japan, right? So this Japanese artist comes in and he gives his interpretation of that. And I always thought that was a really, really cool concept of kind of telling a story. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then like I said, the reason the majority of these comics are my favorites is because they're kind of my goals. And as a writer, good God, Neil Gaiman, there's very few writers who are like him. And I'm kind of um I it's another one of those situations where I question whether or not you have to separate the art from the artist, because he got into some questionable things
Oh no,
in
what'd he
his real
do?
life. He has or had, because I don't know whether or not how this played out in court. I haven't heard anything. But he had, I believe, two women come out and accuse him of sexual assault. Um,
Oh.
and the only thing that I have seen about it is or like news art or journal articles like that were released in like Rolling Stone or something like that. So I don't know if any of this has gone to court or if any um hard evidence have come out about it. So but I'm one of those people like, of course I always give victims benefit of the doubt first before I assume that Neil Gaiman didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, as of right now, yeah, yeah, It's another tainted series. Why does this keep happening to me?
Oh,
I can't I can't stand it. I just
yeah,
need
it does.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
No, go ahead.
It does feel a little weird, like having read a property and loving it so much,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, oh man, I gotta know who the author is, and you attach it to their name,
Yeah.
and then later on learning that, oh, you're
Oh God.
you're actually not that great.
Oh God, why?
Good example being like J.K. Rowling
Oh
right
God,
now.
I know, right?
Oh God.
Jeez. I don't know. I don't know why she can't just leave shit
Lady, you made your
alone.
bag.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Just walk away, man. Like nobody
you made your
needs
bag, lady.
nobody
No
needs your
one.
political opinions, okay?
You're very hateful,
Very hateful
awful,
political opinions, man.
yeah,
Like what the
unloving.
shit? Oh my
Harry Potter
god.
would not like that.
He would not approve, all right?
He would not, okay? Someone who's bullied for being, uh
My
was it a
god.
was he bullied for being a muggle? He's
Yeah.
not a muggle, right?
No, he's I think they called him a half-blood or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
one Harry Potter's not gonna like that.
Exactly. He's not. He doesn't approve of discrimination. Therefore, she shouldn't be out there.
Discriminating.
Exactly. Jesus
Doing the
Christ.
thing
Stop doing the thing that you
that
wrote a
you were trying
book
to.
about people who didn't like the thing being done to them. What the hell?
Exactly. Come on. What is this?
Why, man? Why? Why do they
Uh,
do this? Uh but is that all? Is that all three of them? Did we go through all three now?
I think we did.
Holy crap. All right. And we're at the 9 o'clock hour. We made it. All right. So I
We
didn't
did it.
completely get finished with mine, but I was close. I got into the coloring stage this time.
Heck yeah.
I'm almost
She's
there,
looking pretty
baby.
good.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Now you're making an avatar. I
Like a
like
little
that, man.
chibi.
Little chibi. Wait, how do you pronounce it? Chibi?
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 Chibi, chibi.
Chibi
I
version?
say I say chibi. Yeah.
Chibi. Making a
Chibi.
chibi version of
Let me
SpongeBob.
just quickly finish his shoe. There you go.
Nice. Nice. I'm trying to
Yeah.
go a little bit more sketchy this time too. Probably next stream I'll be able to finish the coloring.
I mean, look at that. I think, whoa. Like, he gave her a cowboy hat too.
Yep,
Perfect.
yep. Gave her a cowboy hat. I think what I'm gonna do, you know that little daisy or flower that she has on her helmet?
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that spray painted onto the helmet. so
That's
that way
cool.
so
Yeah.
that way I can get across the punk rockness of her. Oh man. But yeah, I think that finishes up. That finishes
Mhm.
us up for this stream.
All right. So thanks you guys for joining us again at our challenge tackling humanized versions of SpongeBob SquarePants characters, where I did SpongeBob and where Esso tackled Sandy. Um, yeah, thanks for joining us this week. It's been kind of a rough week. Hope you guys were able to enjoy this stream with us and just unwind and talk about these crazy topics that are going on in the world right now. Um, you can follow Esso on all of his socials. They're all linked down below. Go check out his artwork. Super cool stuff. He'll be posting up his speed paint of what he's come out so far on those. You can follow me as well on my socials. They'll be down below as well.
I have them
But
in the
yeah,
description and they should be in chat too.
mhm. But yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. And remember, stay creative.
Bye everyone.
Bye.